Got ourselves Amarok over on the team 1. Ready to go on that elemental shaman. I like the way that looks though. Xander on that mask, that mog. Look good. Seavar gonna be first up over for the team 1. Looking like a frosty mage with his mount and his mog. Oh. Barrage is back to back as Renorous charges in, immediately stuns him. It's going to be a blink for Seavar. Got himself plenty of distance, rooting him on that havoc, on that hunt. Still was able to get himself a proper hunt, trinketed, I think, out of a root just to make sure he can get himself full burst. Flying up in the air, trying to see if he can barrage on Seavar. Seavar got plenty of damage of his own though. Who's going to end up winning this one? Just Arcane blasted for this Lances. Wait a second, hold on. Oh, that is a lot of damage up in the air. The Demon Hunter tried to see if he can just fight firepower with firepower, and it looks like Arcane Mage just win that blink as a Stormbolt barely connects, connected only at the end of a blink, forcing a trinket out of my man Seavar. That is definitely going to put him in a bit of a different spot. Ring of Frost, oh, it does end up connecting as Seavar is trying to find himself a better angle versus the Furious Warrior. Making the music a little bit louder in my ears here. As it's going to be Conan getting knocked back for just a second. Ring of Fire right after, having to go through the fire, the frost, and the flames of the arcane. Fighting through every single element that is available to the Arcane Mage. Big barrages to follow. Nothing he can do about that one. My goodness. Once you lose out on your leaps and your charges, knockbacks and freezes, roots and slows, there's nothing that can be done. And Kargath is just stealing this man's soul right now. Inhaling it twice over. It's like a double baked potato. Except it's just a twice inhaled Conan soul. Ah! Why? Why would you make him like a fixture? Why would you do that? That seems mean. Diabolical immediately going in for a bit of a dark back. The immediate stun onto Seavar as a breath comes out into a Mortal Coil. Does go for the second BCC. So far, she'll be able to break through his shield. Able to do so. Almost smams him with that Shadow Fury. But the blinks from mages are fast on the draw. Freezing all the pets attacking. And Diabolical has got himself an angle into a reflect. Chaos Bolt going to be barrage reflected back. Does get interrupted. Looks like he was able to finish up a cast of Chaos Bolt. But the fear was interrupted either way. The portals are opening up. Trying to see if he can get some counter pressure towards Seavar. Just barraging him with this cascade of just the elemental energies out of the twisting nether. As Seavar trying to see if he can get himself a ring of fire on one side, shit power on the other. Trying to see if he can avoid the pet. Actually goes to interrupt the succubus to try and deny any kind of CC from that thing. Is kind of lowish on health. All the time is able to catch up a little bit of health. Dark back immunity for Diabolicals as soon as he sees the mage push in. Breath while he swings around the corner. Ring of Frost to try to see if he can freeze the pet. Mortal Coil is going to attack Seavar for just a second. Trying to see if he can dodge the Fury. Is able to get line inside of that thing. Trying to see if he can port Seavar to reposition him. Succubus you see last second. Trinkets out of this one. Almost got himself full blaster. It's going to be barrages. Bacon through the reflect and barely did anything for Diabolicals. But looks like he tries to go for a bit of a portal versus Seavar. But that barrage just ends up cleaving him down into twine with a paladin. Love Red Pala gonna be up next. Get him so the spear, bladed shoulders. This man is ready for a spear. I don't see a paladin with spear all that often, but it looks kind of good actually. Seavar does finally get himself a blink together with a poly. Full burst of the Love Red Palette. May have to go for a defensive potentially. Shield of Vengeance maybe. Got himself full crusade. Maybe even a bubble. Might be a bubble situation. Lots of damage ramping up on the guy. Big Shield of Vengeance, but should still be able to cleave right through him in the execute range of the way. The barrages are doing a lot of work. Breaking through those defenses. Maybe a bubble situation. Trying to go for Ring of Fire, but did end up canceling it out. And Love Red Palette lived a whole barrage of Seavarks and lives to live the tale about it. Got himself a Ring of Frost together with Ring of Fire, able to break out of it. Big Crusade is still ramped up. Maybe can make some kind of damage happen. Does he get to? Trying to go for big final wreck. Crusade is going to be gone into a stun, but it's going to be immediately blinked by the mage. Another touch of the magic on the pally. Does go for the bubble. Realizes the mage just got a pincer down in the other side of the tombstone. Mage blinking around left and right. It's almost like he's on two angles attacking it from either direction. It's going to be Pala trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of healing. Word of Glory, Hand of Freedom, but it's the barrage together with a Nova at the end. Does end up shattering his bones. With Sensei going to be up next. Immediate breath trinkets out of it. Lexi open to see if he has a blink for this one. As Sensei got himself full burst available. Poly while he's moving. No more way to break out of CC. I like it actually. Ring of Frost on the pet. Poly to follow. Ring of Fire right after to see if I can himself big burst. He got himself barrages so he could just spam permanently into another freeze zone. Sensei does end up going for diffuse magic, trying to reduce some of the damage taken. But there goes the big arcane surge. Might be pretty bad for Sensei. There's gonna be missiles around the corner. Does he get interrupted? Almost, I think. Did try to go? No, did not try to go for interrupt there. Oh, all the time this position him perfectly though. It's gonna be a karma with an ice block. Trying to see if he can end it right now. Oh my goodness. That is so much damage. With a quick 1v5. Let's see where it goes in. Cutting these boys down to size. My goodness. Let's get us another going. That was way too quick, man. Diabolical? On a human? Now that is the most diabolical thing I've ever seen. When you're not like a pint-sized whole 2'5". Now that is really diabolical. Got himself a big defensive off the bat. Kargas hit with Mortal Coil. As it's affliction more like that. Okay, Dia is breaking all the rules here. Not only is he not a gnome right now, but Drained Soul? You're playing Affliction? What is this? Kargas got himself Bestial Wrath, but he's still taking lots of dot damage, even with extra health. The man might just die right here and got himself Survival of the Fittest, but I don't think this man is that fit. Man just might go down. Oh my god, the Affliction damage is so up there now. What is happening? With Kevin, Shining Star, charging out, trying to see if he can cut down this Affliction. More like maybe a wall out of Dia. Does he choose to do it? God, Kevin, I'm not sure why you trinket it, but something caused it to trinket. I'm not really sure what's going on. Might give Dia an opportunity, though. But Kevin with a bubble. Dia just needs to survive. I don't think he will be able to. Dark Pact, that's going to be shield from the Spore Cloak. Mad damage out of Kevin. I think for Dia, it just might be over unless he got a Mortal Coil. Needs a Dark Pact. I don't think it's available right now. Dark Pact last second. Dug himself a heal last moment. Does he have himself a Warlock House and Drain Life? Trying to see if he can survive. Barely any health available. Trying to get the dots to Kevin. But unless this man got some kind of CC. Wait, Succubus goes in. Clutch. It does give him a little bit of survivability. Dia needs healing right now, but the man had a little bit of barred health. The slow from Succubus is super helpful, but Diabolical is just not in a great spot. Unless you can just live this long enough and maybe get some kind of another CC onto Kevin, slow him down quite a bit. I don't really know what else he could really do. But right now he's just looking for the recovery. That shield is the best it's really good. Trying to see if he can sacrifice the pet. Does he have a Warlock Hellstone? Soulborn Warlock Hellstone maybe? Oh, this over. That is rough. Mommy wife will have to go for a bit of a defensive there. That is going to be Survival of the Fittest. Big hammer hanging over their head. Turtle shell to try to see if it can reduce the damage of the hammer. As long as the turtle lasts long enough for the hammer, you might be okay. But if it comes off, oh no, it's there. Blind, or at least a chance to blind by Kevin. There's a freezing trap to stop in place. Mommy wife got himself plenty of range. Slowed down onto Kevin. Got himself full rapid fire. Trying to see if he can break through shield. The Vengeance will not be able to all that easily. Death shock him and everything wasn't enough. But I may give the Hunter a chance to maybe catch a camo. Try to see if he can lay down some traps for the Paladin, maybe slow him down. Hodge, as Kevin avoids the traps entirely, scatter shot and trick it out of Mommy Waifu. Either way, avoiding getting another trap. This guy's so good at that. Into another knockback. That is going to be Mommy with a big defensive cloak. Spore Cloak giving him a bit of a shield, but may not be enough to keep him alive here. Kevin, full Crusade Wings. He's just ramping up harder and harder until he's just going to take out the Hunter much quicker than I thought he was going to do. My goodness, Chicago jumping right in as an enhanced Shamansman. They changed these guys very slightly. I think they've adjusted their ancestral healing to be less effective or not as giga strong in groups. I don't think it should change. The auto healing doesn't even matter. It looks like Chicago may just go down into an early grave with Kevin still blasting them out, taking whatever is left of the Crusade and just ramp it up on the Shaman. But Chicago may be stabilized, does have a wall in case they need to, trying to go for a bit of self-heal. Their own talents have been adjusted though. The healing stream totem is going to be healing, but not as much. They want to offset a lot of it to self-healing. Stunned by the Paladin, chicken out of Chicago does go for the wall, but it's still super low health. Just absolutely cannot find a recovery whatsoever as Kevin just chopping him down, cutting him down to bits. Does he have an interrupt? Almost had an interrupt available. Did not go for an interrupt. I'm switching the wrong person right now, but did not go for a proper interrupt just there. Chicago with a big old hammer hanging over their head. Like the last to at least try to see if they can control Kevin a little bit, but that hammer is going to do a bit of damage either way. So I said, as Kevin trying to find himself a better angle, hand of freedom for those roots. And Chicago got himself Ghost Rules back up and running. Kevin has a bubble come back up in 14 seconds. He has Lay on Hands, so you could delay it a little bit. Stun on Chicago, should be able to get a bubble handily, but still kind of lowish on health if Chicago gets any kind of big burst out of nowhere. This could be bad for the Paladin. It's going to be a stun in Chicago. Does have a trinket for this one. Big Wake of Ashes right after. No, actually no. New hammer hanging over their head. Hand of freedom for Kevin. Got himself mobility. All Chicago can do right now is stay in the ghost. So use that mobility to try to get away from the Paladin. But he's just ramping up and building up more and more damage into a stun. Big hammer. And that's just going to be done for the count with Kevin Hunterverse versus Axie Spam. As the man got himself big pikes. Slamming down the Paladin. Just cutting him to pieces with D Deed gonna be up next, gonna be going and making some bad deeds himself with the X-Spam popping the defense really early. Shockwave into Deed, forcing a trick out of him, going for bleeds of his own. Disarmed though, as Deed does end up getting himself a little bit of a health advantage. Gonna be X-Spam trinketing out of the disarm to try to catch up a little bit, healing Deed, breaking out of the fear fairly quickly. X-Spam is kind of behind on health, doesn't go for a stun. Onto Deed, not a lot of health available, does go down with Conan being the last one left over for the team one, trying to see if he can cut down Deed, does go for disarm. Fear as Deed gets a trinket out of Conan off of the shockwave though, and trying to see if he can maybe go counter-offensive. Looks like Conan defensive is down, so Deed and Conan, actually Conan does have a little bit of advantage. Hold on, he does have his final defensive available. Deed trying to see if he can leap away, not give Conan any survivability whatsoever. Does he have a bleed on number 2? Because he gotta get himself a reset behind the pillar. Conan, second win already taken, got himself a lot of survivability. Strombolt for Strombolt, so both of them are shocked. And it's going to be Deed needs to find a way out of this situation. Needs to either peel away from Conan and try to see if he can get himself a second win healing. That or try to see if he can find some cooldowns, fight the Conan and see if he can lock him down. If you got a Shackle cut up soon, you might be able to get a kill right here. Hold on a second. Conan's the best spot. Oh, Deed just overpowers Conan. My goodness, this man came in with intentions. Oh my goodness, he did the deed. Kevin with 3, by the way, picking up 3 fairly quickly for his team. With Deed finishing it off for his team. We got 2 Evokers that didn't even get a chance to play. That means we got to go again. Give these Evokers a chance and opportunity to actually play the game. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah?